In one of my annual retreats, an Ignatian retreat, I remember my retreat director, giving me good advice. I was then, I think, on the third week, probably day 6 of an 8-day retreat. And the advice I received was, don't be tempted to rush through the third week. Stay a bit in the third week. Don't rush. Don't be tempted to simply rush through the passion and the death of Jesus. Don't be tempted to go immediately into the resurrection. There's time for that. And somehow, reading today's gospel account of this encounter between Mary Magdalene and Jesus somehow made me remember these words from my retreat director. And for some reason, I was drawn to focus on the first part of the gospel account. I know that this is a resurrection account. It happened on Easter Sunday morning. But for some reason, a part of me felt more drawn to consider and pray about Mary's experience before she realized that it was Jesus she was talking to. Her experience of grief, her experience of sadness, her experience of being lost, entering into the tomb. Where is Jesus? Where did you take him? Not knowing and all that anxiety. I think it is important for us to stay with these difficult emotions and not immediately rush to the joy of the resurrection. And even Jesus, I think, allows Mary to go through that. In fact, Jesus, when Jesus already saw Mary kind of really being stressed and distressed and really very anxious. But Jesus could have easily said, Mary, it is me. Hello, it's me. I'm Jesus. He could have done that. But no, Jesus actually asked a question. Woman, who are you looking for? And I think that question was Jesus allowing Mary to experience her grief and her sorrow and her anxiety and her fears. I don't know why I was drawn to this, but my sense is that it's because the past few days, I've been receiving messages from people asking me to pray for loved ones they have lost. Many. I don't know why. This week particularly, as you know, I just finished my retreat, and in my retreat I would get prayer requests, and many of these requests are requests for prayers for loved ones who have died. In fact, I'm saying a funeral mass, an online funeral mass on Friday. And I think there is value in staying with grief and sorrow and not allowing ourselves to be tempted to rush immediately to thoughts about the resurrection, thoughts about, oh, your loved one is already with God, oh, your loved one is in a better place. All those are true, but I think there is value in simply staying with grief and sorrow. I think it is good to remember that even as we start opening our churches, even as we see that more and more shops are opening, more and more people are outside walking, we must not forget that many people are still grieving. Many people are still sad and sorrowful and finding it difficult. And I hope that we don't negate that experience that they're going through. And so I guess what I'm really trying to say here is, what I'm really trying to do here is to offer an invitation for us to welcome that grief, to welcome whatever feelings of sadness and sorrow we may have. Because I think Jesus wants us to do that. For us to stay perhaps a bit longer with these feelings.